Hello and welcome to the World Touring Car Championship explanation video. This video will inform you what to expect from the World Touring Car Championship in Season 1, the point systems, what cars we'll be using, etc. So, let's have a look at the calendar then. Remember, this is unconfirmed, so there may be slight tweaks to this provisional calendar. So, rounds 1 to 3 will be at Brands Hatch, the short Indy circuit, just like they use for the British Touring Car Championship. Round 4 to 6 will be at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Round 7 to 9 will be at the Autumn Ring. Remember, this track doesn't really exist in real life, but it's still a nice cool layout, especially if you look at the map there of the track. You can see the turn 11 is a very challenging left-hander. You keep on steering, and the track actually overlaps itself. Rounds 10 to 12 will be at the Matterhorn, the long track. It's very challenging because it's in the mountains. There's lots of hills and drops as well, so very challenging as well. Rounds 13 to 15 will be at Monaco, the street circuit, so a lot of skill required there. Whoever wins any race really in Monaco, has to be a really talented driver, not only to keep it out of the barriers, but just to focus, for the full distance as well. Because, I mean, every few seconds there's at least another corner that you have to tackle. Around 16 to 18 will be at the Ascari track, and I think it's in Spain. This track is very good at racing, because it's new to GT6. It's been one of the most recommended tracks to race at once you buy the game, and yeah, there's different sections to it, different types of corners, and so that will be round 16 to 18 then. Rounds 19 to 21 will be at the Cape Ring, and well, just look at that. That is an awesome track layout, especially I think there's one part of it where there's a slightly-ish long straight, and there's a bit of a bump, and you can actually launch your car, so it's actually flying in the air. That could be a problem, but it does require skill. Do you go flat out and risk spinning out, or you could go flat out and regain control, and gain a few tenths of a second? Or do you just lift off the throttle slightly? That just gives you time to straighten the car out. It's a very technical track. Rounds 22 to 24, it may be changed because this track does look a bit boring, to be honest with you. But I'll just put that in there. This may be changed because it is very simple. But I'll just leave it in there at the moment. This may be changed. If you have any requests for other tracks, please tell me in the comments, because I am thinking about replacing this track. Now, in the real WTCC season, the second to last round's at Silverstone, but it's the short track. Not the track which the pit straights at the new layout. It's the one at the old kind of layout where you've got you go down the Wellington Straight and that. Yeah, that circuit, if you know what I mean. It tends to be quite boring, so I've decided to put the whole track in just to make it that more interesting. And the last rounds then will be at Brands Hatch, the full track layout as it is in the WTCC season. Right, that was the calendar. Now, I'm going to tell you how the events will unfold. So, race 1 will be on Sunday at around about 4 PM, and race 2 and 3 will follow shortly after. Of course, so race 2 will follow after race 1, and race 3 will follow after race 2. But, what about qualifying? Now, I put down 5 minutes here for each session, which is, now some people may be thinking, well, hang on, in Spa, it will take, we'll only be able to get 1 or 2 laps in. But other circuits, like, I know the Indy circuit, you could do about 10 laps. Now, the reason for this is because there's going to be 3 qualifying sessions for each race. So, we don't really want to spend too much on qualifying. So I just put 5 minutes in there anyway. If it's a really long track, and you'd only get 1 lap in, let's just say, maybe I'll just extend it slightly, but 5 minutes fixed for all the other tracks. The races will be at a maximum of 20 minutes. I'm thinking of putting doing endurance race rather than saying, right, you have that amount of laps to do, mainly because I need to work out what's best, and doing an endurance type race would mean that it will be more accurate. Now, in many leagues on PS3, Xbox and PC and whatever, the point system to me is unfair, and even the point system in Formula 1 today I think is slightly unfair, because the winner gets 25 points, second place gets 18 points, that's a 7 points difference. Then third place, they only get 15 points, which is then a 3 points lower than second, and then third, and then fourth is 12, that's another 3 points. But then fifth place gets 10 points, which is 2, and it goes, which is 2 less than fourth place, and then it goes 2, 2, 2 all the way down to 9th, 10th place is 1 point. And I think that's slightly unfair, so I put a really fair point system in. First place is 15 points, second is 14, third is 13. This has to be the closest point system, if you know what I mean, in terms of how close the numbers are. This will ensure that the championship will go down to the wire, because, well, with 45 points up for grabs, it's going to make life a lot harder for the leader to extend his championship lead, and only the true champions will win this, because that means that they will have to finish at least in the top 3 for most of this championship. And even if you score 4th or 5th places, you still have a chance by the end at Brands Hatch. But unfortunately, if you finished in last, you get no points whatsoever. So it'll be really interesting if we have a full lobby to see who will, the battle for last place. Will they make some crazy moves or whatever? So that was it then. The first race will take place on the 26th of October 2014 at 4 PM. There'll be some testing today, actually, which is the 25th. On Saturday there'll be testing going on GT6 for your cars, and the cars. If you go over to Gran Turismo 6, if you want to pause the video and do that now, then you're most welcome to, because the cars, if you look at the touring car list they've got there, completely ignore that, because those cars are very expensive as well. So if you're on a tight budget, I thought this would be best for everyone. So please come along on Saturday and we'll sort out all those problems with cars, etc. And just to see if none of those cars are overpowered. And I was looking at the list and most of the cars are touring cars that they've got on GT6, so around about 500 brake horsepower, so not that bad, 500 to 600 around about there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember, comment and tell me what touring cars you have if you'd like to sign up. Remember, if you don't want to sign up, you don't want to race, but you know you have nothing to do, please do sign up. Just, you know, even though you may not be in for the championship hunt, just come along and have a bit of fun anyway. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.